Hello guys, welcome you all again to my channel, and again I'm taking the same topic, direct and indirect speech. The topic which concerns you a lot, and many of you, in fact a majority of you, are likely to give up in between. Let it go to the hell. But I assure you, if you start following the few tips told by me, you will definitely get full marks in this. Okay. So let's have a quick review of what we have done in our previous video. There we learned some tips like change of the simple present to simple past, present continuous to past continuous, present perfect to past perfect, and then some verbs like can to could, will to would, may to might, and was to had been, etc. Okay, let's understand with one example. A direct speech is just like see. She said, I'm having the interview at 4 o'clock. Okay, its indirect version is, she said she was having the interview at 4 o'clock. Now you see the highlighted verbs and pronouns, which you can understand easily. In the direct speech, the speaker is I, that is the pronoun of the first person. And the pronoun of the first person always changes according to the subject of the reported verb. And what is the subject of the reported verb? She. So I will convert according to she, and as per the rule, see the indirect version there, I have highlighted the pronoun she. Okay. And then verb of the direct speech, am, changes, that is the verb of the simple present tense, and that will convert into simple past according to the person, because there it is the third person, that will convert into was. She said she was having the interview at 4 o'clock. Or you can simply just remember, am will convert into was according to the third person. Here third person is singular. Had it been you or they, then instead of was, it would have been were. Okay. Now let's see another example. They said to me, we will phone later and let you know. Now see, this was the direct version, and the indirect version is, let me correct it, I forgot to edit it. They told me that, okay, they told me that they would phone later. Okay. Now see, how had I changed it? How had I changed it? Now see, this is the pronoun of the first person, we, that will change into third person, they. Why? Because we is the pronoun of the first person, that will again, I am telling you, change according to the subject. See the cursor, that will change according to the subject, and the subject here is they. We will change according to subject, and that is why here they told me they would phone later. Now will is the verb of the simple future, will convert into would, and nothing else to remember here, rest will remain. And let me know, yes, one more change is here, let you know. Now you see students, you is the pronoun of the second person, and that will change according to the object, and object here is me, first person. So then you will convert accordingly, that will convert into me. Hope you are getting clear. Okay. Now there are some other rules also, some other points also, which have to be kept in mind. Like, apart from changing the verb, we have to think about changing the other things like pronoun. Pronoun I have already told you, but some more points like it verbs of time and place. For example, she said she went yesterday. Okay. Now this pronoun I have already told you, we, pronoun of the first person, will change according to the subject, they. Okay. Now went into had been. This is the verb. Now this is the verb of time, yesterday, will convert into the day before. This you have to memorize. Okay, some points you have to memorize. The next is, he said, I'll come tomorrow. He said he would come. I again is the pronoun of the first person, will change according to he. Okay. He said he would come. I have written here the contracted form. I will, he would. Okay. He has changed according to what? He has changed according to the subject of the direct speech. And that is the first person will change according to the subject of the reported verb. Okay. Tomorrow will convert into the next day. Again, this point is to be memorized by you. Okay. Now, see, in addition to convert the adverb of the time accordingly, like yesterday, the day before, tomorrow, yesterday the day before, and tomorrow the next day. But sometimes you have to see whether the reporting had been done on the same day, like we went today. If somebody is reporting on the same day, like we went today, that very day, then you have to keep today as it is. You don't have to change. Okay. Many times you have to use your common sense. For example, some other points to keep in your mind. For example, something which is a truth now and will always be, or something, or you are quoting about somebody's habit, or you are quoting about some scientific or historic fact, or you are quoting about the routine activity of somebody or yours own, then you won't have to change the tense. For example, this is the fact, general truth. Dogs can't eat chocolates. Now this was the direct speech. Now I have converted it into indirect one. She said that dogs can't eat chocolate. Now just notice this verb cannot was not converted into could not. Why? Because this is the truth about dogs. Next is, my hair grows really slow. Again, this is a fact, because this is somebody's tendency. His hair doesn't grow fast. So that is why this verb grows will remain same. That will not convert into grew. Okay. Another is, the teacher said your first period will be of English every day. This is every day's activity. That is why in the reported indirect speech, this will not convert into would. That will remain the same. Okay, students. Like for example, because this is every day's routine activity, their first period. Similarly, fourth period will be of chemistry every day. If that is of chemistry, then you will quote, teacher said our fourth period will be of English every day, of chemistry every day. Okay, now next is about the questions, interrogative sentences. That is another point to memorize. Sometimes to understand, this is a point to understand, nothing to memorize here. Okay, while reporting the questions in indirect speech, we add either ask or if or whether. Okay, and then rest of the rules will be the same as they are. Okay, and we don't use, one more point you have to learn, we never use the interrogation mark towards the end of the sentence in the indirect speech. Remember, we never use the question mark in the indirect speech. Okay, and in order to avoid the question mark, we have to just reorder the subject and the verb. These two we have to just reorder. Tense, when we change the tense, then you will avoid this interrogative word do. For example, they said to me, do you have any experience working with people? Now see the indirect version. They asked me if I had an experience working with people. Now see, I have highlighted accordingly, like set to convert into asked, me converted into me convert into me, okay, you convert into I. Why? Now just understand, you is the pronoun of the second person that will always change according to the object of the reported verb, that is me here, okay. Corresponding pronoun you have to use, and these rules are the same as I told you earlier. Present perfect will convert into past perfect. Have an experience, have will convert into had, working with people. Okay, now see the point, note the point, question mark. This question mark we have not put here in the indirect speech. How have we avoided it? This is very important point to understand. How to avoid this interrogation? This had to be avoided only in one circumstance, and that is reordering these two words, subject and verb. If you put had before I, then grammatically your sentence will be wrong. Always put the subject before the verb in the indirect speech. Hope you have understood what I mean to tell you. You will do similarly in the next sentence. They said to me, what acting have you done? They asked me what acting I had done. Now see, again, to avoid the question mark, you have to reorder the subject and the verb. In interrogation, subject will always come after the helping verb. Here helping verb has to be avoided because you are changing the tense, and because you have to change the tense, and that is why helping verb have will convert into had, okay, in the past perfect tense. Okay, now some more points, just 2 or 3 points. Don't feel tired. Some more points, like imperative sentences. What are imperative sentences? Suppose I order you, just listen, come here. These are the imperative sentences. Imperative sentences always start with verb, like sit, don't, come, go. Okay, they need a to plus infinitive in their reported speech. This is very simple. Just see the example and then you will understand. Direct speech is, she said to me, be good. Now be is also a verb from which the sentence is being started. Okay, be good. Reported speech is, she told me to be good. Just add to and the sentence will be the same. Said to will convert into told. Direct. Another example, she said to me, please don't forget. He told them, he said to them, he told them not to forget, because this is a negative verb, don't. Okay, so negative verb will always come before the infinitive to. So he told them not to forget, Okay, I hope you have got up what I mean to say to you. Okay, now you can also say, he told me to sit down. He asked me to sit down, he told me. Or it depends upon the tone of the speaker. Many times you feel that person is ordering you, then you will say, he ordered me to sit down. Many times you feel that person is requesting, then you will say, he requested me to sit down. Okay, some other verbs like promise, remind, warn, advise, always use past form. He advised me, he promised me, she warned me, she recommended me. Okay, just like this. So encourage, threaten, order and request. Some these types of verbs have to be used according to the situation. Okay, now है ना, so easy, and we will make it easier in the next video. I'll just give you some assignments, and then you will feel how easy is this part. Okay students, hope you have understood and my efforts will be useful. And please do subscribe my channel. I am again and again reminding you, please, and that will be very helpful in your academic growth. Okay, all the best. Thank you. Bye bye.